In a couple of hours, he will face a number of questions in Parliament over this issue of the foreign trust, whether they had to greater access, if you like, to the government in terms of their lobbying because of that link with the Prime Minister. A lot of it is centred around an email sent by Mr Whitney to the then IRD Minister Todd McClay, in which he says he had spoken to the Prime Minister about that foreign trust issue and had got some assurances, I guess, that there wouldn't be changes. Now, it is Mr Key's assertion that that was sloppily written, and he says that Mr Whitney now agrees with him as well, that that wasn't in fact what John Key had meant or said, and it was more along the lines of he didn't know anything about the foreign trust issue being changed. So look, that issue is likely to be picked over, I think, a lot more in Parliament, but John Key is adamant that his government has done nothing untoward here and that he hasn't. Here's what he had to say about that lobbying issue.
Look, we are very accessible, and that includes being out and about in the community, pretty much every day that we're not in Parliament or overseas. That also means that, I make sure I'm out there. I mean, if I go to the Corin Lounge, for instance, I sit away in the corner, I stand out in the middle. People come up to me from all walks of life every single day.
Now, we were hoping to speak to Todd McClay today. He is here. He's in fact in the hall behind me, but he wasn't available at the caucus meeting this morning. We did, though, speak to the current IRD Minister, Michael Woodhouse, and he gave a bit of an assessment of why IRD chose not to review New Zealand's foreign trust laws. Have a listen.
Well, look, let's be clear about the issue that we're talking about. It appears as though some people in the foreign trust industry were labouring under the apprehension that there was a move towards taxing foreigners on their foreign income. That was not the case. It's a long-standing convention and there was no intention to change that. There was a question about the disclosure, and the previous minister said to IRD, simply asked them, what in their very busy program would they drop to undertake that review? They said they're not prepared to drop anything, and therein lay the answer.
Look, I think you'll see the opposition focus very heavily on the Prime Minister with a number of questions today, and I think he'll get a real forensic going over of those emails, so we will keep you tuned later tonight.
Corin Dann, thank you.